How do you do, fellow artists? My name is Phil Tomato, and I'm going to help you how to make your drawing look from this to this with only one layer. Well, kind of, maybe two or three more. But it centers around one layer. Like, everything is about one layer, but kind of not. You guys liking the variety of camera angles? It prevents the video from looking stale and brings fun in the fundamentals.
If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to my videos. It would really help me out a lot. Thank you so much.
So let's get right to it, my dudes. So today we're gonna try and draw Misty from Pokemon. I want to see if we can draw her if she continued to age. When the first Pokemon came about, she was about 10 years old, and if she continued to age today, she would be around 34 years old. So yeah, let's try to draw 34-year-old Misty. Let's make her awesome. So I already worked on Misty's sketch, and by the power of internet, let's just time skip and move on to me already finishing up the line. And voila, we have the line art. Isn't that great? Look at Psyduck. Look at the stranger danger happening here. Whoa, but that's okay because Psyduck doesn't mind. And Misty's kind of looking a little thick. She went to the gym. She must be packing all that powdered donuts, am I right?
These donuts are great! Jelly-filled are my favorite! Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut!
So I'm just gonna continue to do this until the entire thing is drawn and covered with this color. I'm using this color because it's a flesh color, and majority of the colors found on Misty over here right now is flesh colored, so let's just go in. Now that I have a flat color layer right now, it's time to move on to making things look three-dimensional by adding shadows and just shape everything by using the darker values of the drawing. But before that, I want you to do this. See this thing here, this icon, the lock layer icon over here? This is really important because if you don't toggle that, this is what happens. If you color the shadows of this drawing, this is what's going to happen if you don't toggle that on. You color outside. In Photoshop, toggle that button called Lock Transparent Pixels. It's going to make things really clean, and you're going to color within the lines, and it's going to make things really easy for you. Look at that. Look how nice it is. This will save you time, and it's going to make things much cleaner. At this stage of the drawing, I'm focused on figuring out where the light source is and making the drawing have a three-dimensional feel to it. Because I'm only using one color, I'm not focused on what color I should use, like what color her clothes are, what her eye color is, etc. None of that. At this stage of the drawing, you should focus on the shadows, light source, and the highlights, and using the eyedropper tool to ever so slightly shift the values to get your lights and darks. To get the shadow colors, I slide the color ramp towards the lower right to get the shadows. Never go towards the lower left because that's going to make your shadows dirty. This will make your drawing more vibrant and have more life to it, if that makes sense. Did you know the Pokemon originally had 151 Pokemons, and right now, during the time of the making of this video, there are over 898 Pokemons? I wonder if they're gonna run out of Pokemon design ideas eventually. Kinda miss Chunky Pikachu. What's your favorite Pokemon? Put it down in the comments and let me know. See, now that we got our values down, time for the fun part. Time to color. In the right track. So at this point of the art process, all you need to do is create another layer on top. Let's just rename this color. Don't mind the other layer on top of it. This is just to show you how the process works. Anyway, so what you do is you base the colors off of the original drawing. Misty's top is yellow, so all you need to do is use the round brush. Any brush will do as long as you set the hand pressure on. Turn this on and very lightly glaze it on top of the drawing. Hold on, this is not the brush. Let's use a round brush. Very lightly glaze it on her shirt. Then what you do is use the eyedropper tool and pick the color up, because you pick up the colors that are mixed together. Because if I just put in the yellow over here and not use the pen pressure like so, it's gonna be way too saturated. And because I lightly glazed on top of the color that's already on top there, it's gonna create a good in-between of both colors. And all you need to do is use the eyedropper tool, bada bim bada boom, and use that as the color of the shirt. See, the reason why we do this is we unify the colors, because doing so puts them in the same value family, and the color doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. Because if you don't do this, check out what happens again. It's gonna be way too saturated, and the colors are not gonna look like they're together. You get what I mean? So see what happens? So that applies to Psyduck over here. Since we already have a yellow thing going on here, we just use the eyedropper tool and lay it on Psyduck. I'm just gonna do it way sloppily to show you how the process works. Same goes with the jeans, you know? Misty's wearing some blue jeans, so we pick a blue color, lightly glaze it on top of the color that we have here, and look at that. Look at that beautiful blue? Purplish blue? And that is what we use to glaze on top of the pants. Okay? We don't cover up the values that's already on top there. We just let it be. And we just use the color on top to give us an idea of what the color should be.
While I speedrun this method of coloring this art piece, let me tell you the upsides to using this coloring technique. Because I already laid down the foundation, and by foundation I mean laying down the values and highlights, I don't need to worry about the values and highlights that much. This is kind of like painting in black and white. I'll probably do a video on how to color in black and white and how I tackle it my way someday. You guys like it? Another upside to this painting method is that, in my opinion, it's one of the fastest way of coloring. Since this way of rendering drawings is fast, you can churn out more art. And if you can churn out more art, you can learn more. And if you learn more, your journey to becoming an artist is gonna go smoothly. Now don't worry if you can't get this technique right away. Like everything in this world, it'll take some time to learn. Another thing, this isn't the best way to render a drawing. I'm pretty sure there is much better way to go about it. But I just want to let you guys know how I do it. Hopefully you'll get something out of it.
Well, Misty's just about done, but you know what it needs? Some umami. And by umami, I mean some tattoos. Let's go!
I always love putting tattoos in everything I create. I think it adds that extra layer of character to my pieces. Originally, I thought of putting Octillery on her leg, but then I realized it's not one of the most popular Pokemons out there, so I opted for Tentacruel. I think Tentacruel was based off of a Portuguese Manowar, but seeing the mandibles that it has, I can't help but think that it's based off of the Alien Invader games from the 1980s. While looking at the references for Tentacruel, I can't help but see a squirrel's head. You guys see it too, right? So whenever I put on the tattoos, I always take into account the curvature of the piece where I'm putting it. Like here, for example, I try to form the shapes as they would look like wrapped around Misty's leg. It's easy for the tattoos to overpower the drawing, so it's always advisable to turn it down a notch. It should blend with the skin and not look like a bunch of stickers pasted on top of it. Just play around with the opacity until you get it. Looking at real tattoos helps as well. There are a lot of tattoo styles over the world, and each style has their own personality, from classic Americana to Asian-inspired ones popularized by the Yakuzas, and ones that Wang Oud does called Batok tattoos. She's considered by many to be the last of the Kalinga tattoo artists, and she's over 100 years old now. She's badass. You guys should check her out. Wish I could be that badass someday. Doing colored tattoos can be a bit tricky because you need to take into account making it look awesome. It's easy to drown out the design with how colorful a piece is, so it can get really challenging. But if you can pull it off, you can make an amazing design on your characters. On this instance, I just opted for a simple black and white tattoo and focused on the form and design. And there you have it, Tattooed Misty. Well, there you guys have it, how to color using only one layer, kind of. If you guys haven't already, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out a lot, and it would help this channel grow. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Please have a look Link to my social should be down below. We have a Discord community, and thank you so much to my wonderful patrons for choosing this week's choice, which was Misty. And until then, keep partying. Love you guys. Peace.